for passenger cars, but like old tractors and things like that, actually took quite a bit of time to finally phase it out.
You know, unleaded gas came about in I think the early 70s that the transition was made, and it just called for a bit of a redesign on the engine.
The first lead gasoline standards went in place for vehicle model years 1975, and those of course hit the market in 1974. So you started seeing lead content reduced in gasoline from 2 to 3 grams per gallon down to anywhere from 0.5 to just 1 gram per gallon between 1975 and 1982. They were at their worst in 1973. That has been reduced by, around 98–99%. As it's turned out, it's been one of the most effective regulatory programs that we've had involving air quality and human health in the past 3 decades. Southwest Indiana was one of those areas where lead concentration has been so low in comparison to both the old standard and the new standard that we discontinued the network and focused on pollutants that were of greater concern for that specific area.
There's other things that the cars produced that were detrimental to the atmosphere, to the environment. You know, certainly the advent of catalytic converters, which were reducing some of the NOx gases and some of the sulfur gas. So just cleaning up the combustion process, I mean, it can be much cleaner.
I think probably the most important thing that can be looked at is aftermarket retrofits that can further help reduce the air quality impacts associated with the combustion process.
And an entire industry has grown up around the things that you put on a car after you buy it from the dealership. That is now I believe that's about a $38 billion a year market, the automotive aftermarket. Some of that's for enhanced performance, some of it's for more environmentally friendly outputs.
There used to be just a winter and summer grade. Now we've gone to reformulated, we've gone to conventional, we've got Phoenix, Albuquerque have special grades, California has a special grade, which is not as strong as the San Francisco grades and the Los Angeles grades. So now there's like 30 different grades of gasoline. And that checkerboard of specifications does drive cost up for consumer.
In areas where even further emission reductions are necessary in order to mitigate ozone, you see boutique fuels that are regulated, such as reformulated gasoline and lower read vapor pressure fuel that help foster additional emission reductions during the ozone season or summer months here in the Midwest. Those fuels are used in Louisville, Cincinnati, and the greater Chicago area here in the Midwest.
It is imperative to continue to reduce the emissions from all forms of internal combustion, because again, internal combustion isn't going to go away. We can't afford for it to go away anytime soon. We need to continue to spend the research dollars to get us farther and farther away from it, whether it's because it's a finite resource, the fossil fuel, or whether it's because it invariably is going to add, whether it is CO2, or, greenhouse gases, or any of the NOx, or any of the sulfur compounds into the atmosphere.
From an air quality perspective, obviously the ideal fuel of the future would be a zero emissions fuel, because any type of combustion process does produce compounds that influence air quality. But anytime you're dealing with a fossil fuel, you are going to be dealing with the side effects, so to speak, associated with combusting a fossil fuel.
It's one thing to make 10% of our pool very clean. To take it all to that level is probably going to add a significant amount to the average consumer's gasoline bill.
Following these tips will save you money, be good for the environment, and you will be safer. You can remove excess weight. Avoid keeping unnecessary items in your vehicle, especially heavy ones. An extra 100 pounds in your vehicle could reduce your miles per gallon by up to 2%. Another thing is to avoid excess idling. Idling itself uses a quarter to half a gallon of fuel per hour. It only takes a few seconds of fuel to recover what we've lost by shutting off your engine or restarting it. So when we go through those drive-thrus and things like that, keep that in mind. Another thing is to keep your tires properly inflated. You can improve your gas mileage by up to 3% by keeping your tires inflated to the proper pressure. To find more information on driving more efficiently, visit fueleconomy.gov or EPA.gov.